Welcome to my mini series of how to feel alive again, where you can learn how to not feel so dead inside. So, this video, we're going to talk about how to stop viewing yourself as small so we can live our big girl dream lives. And before we get into that, I want you to do a couple of things. No pressure though, if you don't feel like doing it, but you can like or subscribe or give me a follow. That'd be great. You could leave a comment at the end of this video telling me what your thoughts are about it. And you could also sign up for the Alive Again newsletter. It goes out weekly. And if you sign up, you will get a lot of money off of my course coming out next week, which is called CPR Your Soul. So those are some fun things to get into. Let's get into the video. So a few things that is going to help you stop thinking so small and viewing yourself as small. So usually whenever we are trying to create our big visions, right? So it's been January. We've had our New Year's resolutions. A lot of stuff on the internet has gone around about making your vision board and like creating your dream life and visualizing yourself in the dream life and feeling these emotions, right? This is like really juicy stuff. And when we think about this like big life that we want to live, sometimes we feel this huge disconnect couple weeks after because we feel and see and view this huge gap between where we are and where we want to go, dream life, where we are now. And there's this huge gap in between. And it's not just like what's missing or not there in your life gap. It's like the gap is like who you are. So who you are now and who you are in this reality, this version, this parallel world is completely different. Same person, but like different. You know what I mean? So who you are now is not going to get you where you need to go. You need to start changing who you are here, what you believe, what your actions are, your limiting beliefs, all those things we have to kind of deal with, those funky things, to be able to become that person that has all these things in our desired reality. Okay. So when you think about big life, big dream, and you're here now, you feel small and sometimes not like you are good enough. Sometimes you feel like you're shrinking yourself. You can't be seen. You have a hard time maybe speaking up for yourself, being seen on social media or with your friends and family, or you feel a little bit nervous about how to like share your ideas or your art, your creations. You feel smaller. And when you try to share those things, sometimes you feel even smaller because you're like, oh shit, this is like not as good. You start doubting yourself and you start saying like, why am I even trying going after this big dream because it's so far out of reach? So what I want to do is try to like close that gap of what we view as like, that's not me. So what I want you to do is if you've made a vision board, you can get started in this video. If you haven't made a vision board, definitely sign up for my newsletter because once you do, you get a free mini guide, which helps you not feel so dead inside. But in that, there is a section where we talk about building your own heart vortex. So your heart vortex is like a vision board, but it's based off of your emotions, your heart, and using the vortex energy in your heart to connect to it so then you can help bring those things into your reality by changing your emotional state. So there's a free guide there and there's a template that you can do and you can go make your vision board. And I love keeping mine on my screensaver so that I see it every single day. So I could be like, bam, I'm looking at my heart vortex. If you haven't made the vision board, use that format. It's really easy to plug and play. I've got a template. If you did make your vision board, cool. We're going to start from there. So you're going to look at all that juicy goodness. And I want you to really feel into this for several minutes. Look at it, get into it, just really just dream about it, get into the world of you having all of those things, doing all those things. And I want you to be able to see how you are actually moving in your life, acting, feeling, actionable steps that you're doing. How does your day actually look when you're doing those things? How are you waking up? What is your like exercise routine? Like what are you doing to accomplish those things? How are your relationships? How are you healed? Are you working through all your stuff? Or are you kind of I'll just say that we won't go negative with it. But how is she being? What is the way that she's being in that big dream life? Because what we can do is we can make it, we can visualize it, and then it's pretty. And then we don't anchor it into actually aligned action to move ourselves into that reality. And then it just becomes this disconnect thing that we forget about. And the next year you're like, oh, look, that's the vision board I made. And nothing happened on the vision board. They don't work. Well, they don't work because you're not taking the aligned action to get there. So you have to be able to visualize and see where you're going. And if you watch the last video, then you'll know the pinball machine. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the previous video. But the pinball machine is literally the vision board is where you want to go. It's where you want to strike your ball into that end destination, right? But if you're not tapping the ball, if you're not doing the things in your life, then you're not going to be able to like actually get there. The ball's just going to go straight back and you're going to lose it. And you're like going to be like, oh shit, that another year is gone. So you need to take the actionable steps to be able to like smack the ball and hit the money or hit the side of it. And then it's going to loop around and make something fun. So just go watch the video. Actionable steps. Think about 5 things that you have to, or not have to, the 5 things that you get to change in your day-to-day life that you can incorporate in your life now. That is how you would be acting, feeling, doing, being in that dream life. Okay. So how to counteract of feeling small is letting yourself feel big, feel seen, doing the things that you know that you can do. That's it. It's the solution. Like, we don't need to overcomplicate it. We can just decide I'm no longer playing small anymore. This is my big girl dream life vision where I'm like, hey, I want to start to change my energy, thoughts, beliefs, and live in this reality, this realm, this world that I get to have and be and do all these things, and how to do that. And you're like, okay, cool. I want to do those things. What are the daily things that I need to do? So simplify it, make it actionable, and be able to do it every single day. Consistency, not perfection. So if you miss a day, that's okay. But what are the actionable things that you can do to change to get into that vision? Eating different, walking daily, mending your relationships, having really good communication, learning how to be direct with your word. Maybe it's posting about your creations or daily writing or daily creating with your art or putting your ideas out and creating content every day and sharing your voice, all of those daily things. What in that vision, what are the things that you have to do to get to that vision? So ask yourself that. If you feel like and subscribe, give me a follow, or give me a little comment below on what you want to start to manifest. What is one actionable step that you're going to do to stop playing small and play big? We're in the big game. So let's act like it. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.